Fellow gardeners, welcome to Garden with Jenny. I'm Jenny, if you don't know that by now. It's probably because you're new. So it's May 17th, I think. Yeah, May 17th. Graduation's 3 days away. And then the day after that, I'm leaving for Wyoming. So it's 84 today in Buffalo. And I did some running around this morning. Had lunch with my friend Bonnie, who I haven't seen in a really long time, and then I came home, packed one suitcase for my move, and then I decided to do some yard work. Hang on, there's motorcycles going by. And then so I did some yard work, and I just want to show you a little bit of what I'm doing and show you the little bit of progress that's been made by my plants, or I should say my parents' plants. They're not my plants anymore. So if you give me 1 second, I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you. Okay, so this is the bed that I weeded, semi-weeded today. Along the edge you can see some creeping Charlie there. That stuff is a pain in the rear end. I hate it. It is ferocious, and it's just starting. You can see that I had this edged last summer. If you want to take a look, you can go back in my videos and you can see the edge job that I did. Now it's all filled in with turf and crap. That needs to get like weed whacked. I just took my pruners and I cut it down because it was huge, because Dad cut the lawn, but he didn't get close enough to the bed because of the mulch. He didn't want to hit it with the lawnmower, and I don't blame him. But Dad doesn't do a whole lot of weed whacking, so that's why it's still there. Anyways, so you can see the outline of the bed. Meow. And the edge job that I had done last summer that's just getting filled in by, you know, turf and grass and all that stuff, because that's what plants do. They take over. But I want to give you a little bit of a shot to see what's going on and how much weeding I've done. Oh, I see a weed underneath the blue spruce that I missed. So I didn't do a super thorough job. You can see all the grass clippings that Dad threw in the bed the last time he mowed and stuff, but I did take care of the perennials a little bit. So the lilac, the buds are there. They look really dry right now, but I think it's just because they're so fresh. I don't think they're ready to actually open yet. I don't think they're dead, because they look pretty purple. Dad told me they look brown, but they look purple. So I think that's a later blooming lilac shrub. I got a lilac in the back that's in full bloom right now. It's really beautiful. These guys are those super awesome orange coneflowers that I bought from Walmart last year. I was a little concerned that they weren't going to come back because, well, it's the second week of May, so I guess that's not late, but it's later than some of the other stuff that came up, so I was really worried. But here they are. They're right there. So I took all the dead out, or most of it, and now here's the fresh new growth, a close-up of all the fresh new growth. See, I missed this. Oopsies. And those will put on a show. I hope Dad will take some pictures and send it to me once they get flowering and stuff, so I can see their progress. As you can also see, I did some fertilizing. That is Biotone, which is actually a fertilizer that you put down when you first plant the plants. It helps give them a better start, and it has mycorrhiza in it, which helps promote better growth and makes things easier for plants to grow. And then so I have that around a bunch of plants. I also used Bulbtone. These are Espoma fertilizer products. The Biotone is organic. I don't know if it's on the, what is that called? I can't even think what it's called right now. There's an organic list that some products are on. It's USDA organic, something like that. A lot of products are certified organic. I can't think if they're on the actual list, but the product itself says organic. I think they are on the list. So there's that, and I use bulb tone for some of the bulbs, which I'll show you in a minute. And I was using rose tone because I'm just trying to use up the fertilizer, because I know my folks aren't gonna, my dad can't do a whole lot of the yard work, which is why I've been doing it the past summer and a half, because he's getting older and stuff. And my mom is not a gardener. I didn't get that from her. I got it from my grandparents and my dad. My dad likes to garden. So anyways, so I laid down a bunch of fertilizer today too. So here's my daylily. It is rather monstrous. Probably could be divided, to be honest. We had another one in here, probably where that orange coneflower was. But I think the blue spruce choked it out. That and the lilac, because it was really close together. I think they might have took it over, or it just didn't take for some reason after the first year that it was in there. But those are red. And like I said, those are orange coneflowers. And then here we have, oh, let me get out of the way. Hyacinths in the front, which are bloomed out. You know, it's late in the season for those, so those will probably yellow within probably a week and a half, 2 weeks. So my dad will have to cut that down. And then that's a pincushion flower. These are some cool flowers. Here's what the bud looks like. They're pretty sweet. They're a purple flower. Sometimes they're pink. You can get pink varieties, but that's a purple variety. And those are nice. I planted those late in the season last year, and they came in pretty good. I got another one farther down. This little guy is like these leaves here, I believe is my yellow gaillardia. This is a weed that I missed. But this, I believe, is my yellow gaillardia. And it was getting choked out by, you see that at the base of my cherry tree? That thing has a root that's like this big. I'm not even kidding you. It's gigantic. And I can't get the base out, so you know what's gonna happen with that? I'm gonna carefully apply Roundup to that sucker and kill it, because it cannot survive. It will just take over. The thing was huge. It was like probably up to here, and it just had monstrous leaves, like almost resembling like what an elephant ear would be, but it's not an elephant ear, because I would not plant one at the base of a cherry tree. Anyways, moving on. So these little wispy grass things right there, those are my crocus. So the crocus foliage is really nice. I really enjoy the crocus foliage, and I wish it would, I hope it stays all summer, because that's just beautiful. Wispy grassiness, but it's not a grass, it's crocus. Another pincushion flower. That daylily that I planted last year, the tulips are spent. They're dying because it's late for the tulips. So as you can see, the flowers are starting to fade now. And sorry about the traffic. If you don't know by now, this is the front of my house. So, and we live on a busy street, but this is where all my flower beds are. I don't have anything, we don't have anything in the back, so. The Oenothera is coming in really nice. So those are a yellow flower, commonly called evening primrose. Just beautiful. They're a full sun perennial. And even though I have them underneath the cherry tree, they're doing really well. Because you know the cherry tree doesn't cast like a huge amount of shadow yet. It's probably been in 5 years. It's gotten a good amount of girth since we put it in. And then that guy in the front of the rock there, that's the, I think Carpathian harebell, campanula, bellflower. Just a beautiful plant, really is. So that's the other side of the daylily, the blue spruce, and you know, the lilac. Here's that creeping Charlie. It's gonna get torched. I'm gonna torch it, guys. I don't really like using pesticides. I would rather not use them, but it's a serious struggle sometimes, and desperate times call for desperate measures. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's a desperate measure, and I'm going to take it because it needs to be done, because I don't want it to turn into that over there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get all of it done tomorrow and Friday. I'm really going to try. I haven't, like I said, my last exam was on Monday. But, you know, I've been trying to pack and make sure that everything's ready for my folks to bring my stuff out to Wyoming. Gonna try and get a little bit of a video or do maybe a slideshow of pictures of me on graduation day so that you can see that a little bit. So you think I'm not just being a lazy bum not working in the garden. So you can see I got a lot more work to do. There's tons of weeds in this bed. The last video I talked about the scarlet lily beetle, which is just a pest, and I want to give you a little bit of update on that. So I sprayed Bonides 8 on my lilies because if you look closely, some of the leaves have chomp marks on them, and they were covered in those scarlet lily beetles. Well, the 8 did the job. I'm really pleased because they are nowhere to be found on any of the lilies that I sprayed. So that's super awesome. I want to get this overdam reed grass weeded out tomorrow and looking nice. The iris has a nice big bloom right there above my pointer finger. That's going to be beautiful. The allium has buds on it too in there. But I want to try and get this weeded because my folks, they can't handle it. I love them, but they can't handle all this stuff. This stuff. Just annoying. Sorry. Look at this. This is like my favorite hosta because these leaves are just gigantic and it takes up so much space once it's actually fully open in the garden. I might have to have my dad cut that in half and bring it out when they come out in July because it's just so cool. It's a cool plant. You know, our house is a ranch. Here's our little house. Ta-da! So this, and we don't have any real big trees, you know, near the house. So this gets full sun. It gets at least 6 hours of sunlight, you know, from sun up, which is usually around 7 in the morning during the summer, until probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's getting sun. And that variety is like in love with that spot. I love that variety. It's just amazing. And then, so there's work to be done in the yard, but I don't have a whole lot of time left anymore. And, oh, a spider's making a web. Gross. I hate spiders, guys. They creep me out. I know they're beneficials, but they're gross. Do you see this? It doesn't even look like there's a bed. Here's the edge of the turf, and just all of this creeping Charlie, which is actually pretty when it flowers. It actually has really cute little flowers. So even though it's a weed, it's actually a really pretty. That's not even creeping Charlie. That's something else mixed in with the creeping Charlie, I think. That looks different. That's not Creeping Charlie. I'm sorry. That's not Creeping Charlie. Ignore that. But whatever this is actually really pretty. And it's throughout the garden. I don't know where it came from. I had this, it was just all Creeping Charlie. And now I got this cute little purple flowery thing. But it can't stay. It just can't stay. So, here's the lilies again. The other sets of lilies, I got daylilies here, daylilies there. There's daylilies back in there somewhere. There's tulips back in there somewhere. Just, this is overrun with weeds. I might have to call my friend Kat, who does landscaping still, even though she's got her own restaurant now. I might call her in and have her look at it, because come in and clean it while I'm gone, because it's just a beast. This is just a beast, guys. I don't know, man. It's like, I need help. My parents need help. There's daylilies all in here, but can't get it all done. Baptisia is about 2 feet. They're almost 3 feet now, probably. So putting out flowers. There's the flower spikes. Pretty cool. And I'm gonna weed this to pasta. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this last time, I think. This is my garden phlox. It's massive now. This whole thing is garden phlox. And the peony is gigantic. Got some big size buds. And okay, sorry about that. Neighbor called me over. So, definitely a lot of stuff to do. I want to check something real quick on the roses before I let you go. And then, looks pretty good. There's some wood that needs to get cut back, some dead wood. Not seeing any caterpillars yet, which is good. Still a little early for those. They're shooting up new canes, it looks like. Brand new rose canes, which is good. See, here's this thing now. I wonder if that's like a relative of Lamium. Because that's kind of what it looks like. So I did a bunch of fertilizing and stuff today. And I just wanted to show you around a little bit again before I leave. I'll try and make another video tomorrow and get that out. Here's the nice apple tree. Here's the nice apple tree. Somebody just waved to me and beeped the horn. Great. That's why you probably heard it. So the apple tree is so pretty, but it's got all these weeds around it. I think my neighbor's gonna level it for my parents over the summer, and it'll look completely different when I come home. Coming home in November, but I won't be able to shoot any video, I don't think, because, you know, there won't be anything in Buffalo in November, more than likely. So, I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. And I'll try and make another video before I leave. Another video or two. No promises. But I want to thank you guys again. Actually, hang on a second. Okay, so I wanted to bring you around so you could see me, so I could say it to your face. I want to thank you guys again for being so supportive and so caring and interested in the channel. I know it's not exactly the most interesting stuff to a lot of people, and seeing this mug might not be super appealing to a lot of people, but I really love plants, and it's the thing that really makes me happy is having plants, beautiful plants growing around, and you know, just being able to be outdoors in the sun and all that stuff, and to be able to share it with you means a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you so much again for tuning in, and until next time, stay green, folks.